Welcome everybody to the two-man power trip, the black man star and the nerd lifestyle. I'm Nicholas, Mr. Go with the Flow.
And I'm the man with the plan, Maurice.
And we're back with another edition of the Blerd By Nature Podcast. What's up, co-host?
What's good, bro? What's good?
Black History Month still in full effect. Black Anime Podcast number 202 in the building. And we get it off right.
Yes, sir, we are. We definitely are.
Yep. Let's step into some vibe, guys. Let's talk about the weekend and the week and all the work in between. What's up?
And the weekend was alright. I chilled, hung out, had some fun. After this work week, man, I ain't with none of it.
Oh, no.
It's irking my nerves.
What's on the bug?
I was just annoyed all this week. I wouldn't talk to nobody. I didn't want to do nothing.
We talking people, we talking coworkers, we talking all this.
All of the above. I just wasn't with it. I'm happy it's Thursday.
Everybody got co-host unfinished.
Yeah, for real. Like, all my homies ain't there no more.
True. Set y'all up and now you just fed up.
Yeah, so I just come in, I just do my work, and I leave.
So you a regular member of the work society now.
Yeah. So they had this thing in the office. I didn't even show up.
Exactly. I mean, if it could have been an email, it could have been an email.
They had this function. They had functions all this week. I ain't bothered to go.
He is fed up. He is arrive, do work and leave mode.
That's where I'm at.
I feel you on that. Work this week has had its flavors up and down. So I definitely work. Something's in the air, and it's a tinge of we need to be out on vacation faster than we thought.
Yes. Come on, March. March ain't coming fast enough.
Yeah, March. Work is sticking in both.
Yes.
Same here for my weekend. My week was chill. Me and Kenya went out to go find a couple spots. We found a nice Mexican spot and a nice sweet spot and shit like that.
Okay.
So it was a nice time. It was a nice time. And then throughout the week, other than the work BS, has been chill for the most part. And pretty much, I mean, yeah, that's kind of it. Vibe guys has been chill on the outside and more stressful drama on the work side.
Yeah.
All right, so let's kick into our second segment with off the cuff discussions. And this is a conversation I wanted to have specifically because of a little bit of news that came out earlier this week. So first of all, like we always say, mergers don't work. And off of the mergers, off of an old merger that has come back to finally bite, Funimation is now closing. And Crunchyroll is taking all their stuff. And with that, this is another conversation that we have to have. And I just want to ask you, how important is physical media to you?
Oh, it's very important. And we've run into this a lot recently when we review our episodes, like which one is episode 1, which one is episode 2. The fact that digital can be stripped away at any point.
Edited because things are not the same, so you can't have the old vibe of how you watch it.
Yep, licenses, music can be changed and flipped like that. Yeah, with physical, you get it. It's yours for as long as it can physically last.
Yeah, and it's in its authentic, like nobody can tweak it, nobody can fuck with it. It's natural state.
Yep, it's etched in time.
A big mess, stuff like physical media and shit like that. I mean, it's your ownership. It's digital. You never know. Shit could always go awry, and then you lose access on all your shit.
The thing is that you don't own anything digital. You don't actually have something that you physically own.
That shit is rent.
Yeah, you basically just got a license for it. And even physical is the same way, but it's just you have something physical which you can say, hey, this right here, my license is on this thing. And I can use this thing within that license as long as this thing exists. And no one can take it away from me. Whereas digital, you can have this thing, but yet they can take it away from you tomorrow and you have no recourse.
Exactly. They could erase all the shit you enjoying now. They could just erase that shit legit if they decide to tomorrow.
Either that or modify it, like you were saying earlier. And then you got the issues like preservation.
We can keep this.
Right? They're like, oh yeah, we don't got the rights for that no more. Yeah, the song's different now. Because we ain't got the rights for the song no more.
Yep. I remember specifically a show that I kept watching. I was watching a show on Max, and then I just kept on watching it, and I was like, there's got to be a point where, like, the theme song that I remember from the show will finally pop up. Then I went through the whole show, and I was like, okay, this doesn't make no sense. I've been through season to season to season. I was like, where's the other fucking theme? Only to find out when I looked into it that they never got the rights to that. And I was like, I've been waiting all this season and watching all these episodes for a theme that was never coming.
Never coming.
That shit.
Mess.
Yep. All right. So switching off from off the cuff discussion. Since we started this last week, I just wanted to bring this up for this week, and we're gonna continue with our black characters and animation highlights. Put in a name and one reason why off the top. Last week we said Jiro from Hey Arnold and Virgil from Static Shock. I'll start us off with this week's first person. We have Erwin from the Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy. This is a black character in the midst of a manic amount of craziness when it comes to what's going on with that show. But in general, funny character, funny family. Family is all endowed. He finds out he's like not only human but like endowed with magical creatures. His grandfather's fucking Dracula and everything. It's mad funny. His obsession with Mandy and shit like that. He as a character is just wacky as wacky in this world can be. So that's my shout outs for that character for this week. Co-host, do you have a black character in animation you want to highlight?
Ooh, you know what? And yeah, I guess he would count. Goofy.
Goofy? Okay.
Goofy.
Okay, black coded. What's your reason?
Single black man, single parent, raising his kid, doing it right, showing all the struggles of being a single father.
Facts. I mean, Goofy showed out, and Goofy already know it was. I mean, between that and the freaking Goofy movie that felt so black coded. I mean, come on.
Yeah, it's power like, come on now, come on.
Yeah, facts. But yeah, single father doing it up big. The big. I mean, we reviewed Goof Troop at one point, so he done worked hard to raise Max all the way up until homie couldn't stand him in that movie.
For real, for real.
Mess.
I
mean, the rebellious stages and everything, trying to break your father's heart. I mean, come on now.
Yo, for real. It's so funny. I can hear Pete yelling in my head.
Oh, definitely. I could hear his screams in agony as he has to deal with all that shenanigans.
Hey, his blood pressure going up right now.
Oh, without it. But yeah, that's our black characters in animation for this week. Now let's switch over into some nerd/reboot news. Now, right off the docket, I just want to bring this up. This was gonna encompass like going from last Friday to now, because as we recorded like about an hour ago, the press conference just finished. But let's talk about the entire bit of The Rock versus Roman/Cody. What's going on in this situation? Because now this shit big news. WrestleMania 40 we talking about, y'all. So let's go. Let's dive into it real quick.
Oh yeah, let's dive into it. But boy, listen, if I'm Cody, it's on site.
God, so The Rock just slapped the cool. Like, all right, so the vindication of what happened from Friday to now is insane. From Cody talking to Roman, talking about I pretty much hand The Rock the keys to the castle, the WrestleMania main event, all the way to about an hour ago, where he says this is some bullshit, and then call out the whole bloodline, and then get smacked the shit out of. Oh, it's crazy.
Yeah, bro. I'm like, listen, we not about to do this. It's about to be on site in the boardroom, in the back, on the set of a movie. I'm calling Gold Dust. We about to fight.
Hollywood backlot brawl again.
Right?
This shit is crazy though, cause this turned this shit all the ways ups and downs. Like, I don't know. Even when they changed the graphic in the back and they put the damn poster up and they made the announcement and everything, shit don't feel no cut and clear. Went into that shit and I'm more confused than ever.
Listen, Punk, like, I still got one good arm. Listen, I want me a piece too.
Yeah, shots flying everywhere. This shit is crazy.
Triple H probably looking for his gear right now.
Yeah, he's like, forget the pacemaker. I'm trying to drop him, yo. Shit, I want to hear John Cena's thoughts about all this shit. Crazy too.
Man, listen. So like, where's my chain?
I was waiting for him to pull up in that vest, man. But man, when he was talking to all them people, he said, "It don't matter what you think, boy."
Boy, it might be Triple H pull up in that vest instead.
This dude levels to this shit is crazy. Yeah. You got the unloved stepchild of Seth Rollins in the corner, just being a weird hype man that nobody wants his fucking title.
Yeah, Seth's about to go through a transformation himself. I'm telling you, the old Rollins is about to come back.
The old Rollins got his legs shimmy too, so I don't know. When The Rock came out at first, honestly, I thought he bumped him. I thought he checked Seth for a minute, so I was like, holy shit.
I tell you, they push the chef to the edge, boy. Because, woo. He's like, oh, word.
He right about now, the only way he's sniffing a main event is if they do this tag match at night one. Because he is not a slight factor in any of this shit. That makes everybody that's about to deal with him as number two, as Roman said. Like Roman said, get that bum up out of here.
Yo, he said that, if I was Rollins, nah, I'm hobbling, yo, now I'm gonna get me a piece, because, what you got going to?
So he talked over him, he belittled him, they put him in a corner. Like, I could not see that world title as, like, they tried their best for like an entire year to try to build that shit up. And boy, do they smack that crap around like it's a toy belt, man. They don't care.
Listen, if I'm Seth, I'm smashing his face in with the world title. I'm sorry.
Boy,
get me a piece, one way or another.
It's got to be something, because that boy is struggling for his life out here with his bum knee.
Right? Yo, because I was like, ooh, I feel so bad for Seth. You can see he's like, yo, you lucky my knees. Ooh, he's like, I'm about to risk it all.
That shit reminded me of friggin' Chucky from Rugrats into Paris when everybody was dancing with their bombs and Chucky was left in the corner.
Yeah, yo, and I would just peep him each time. And it's like, yo, he's just like, I know he was fuming inside because he was just like,
shit. I was waiting for Rock to give him a slap too after he started talking shit.
Oh, nah, so that's definitely gonna retaliate.
You telling me Cody with no bum knee ain't retaliating? That's crazy.
Because Cody's the diplomat. Seth gonna get greasy with you.
Should have gotten some greasy.
Listen, he
would use in the breezy.
Listen, he would use the one good leg to stomp Rock's head on the world title. He said that is not buck that.
Until Roman come in with the big spear.
Then we did, and then that's what we would be.
That's where you gonna end up nuck if you buck ass type shit, man.
Then I guess we had a fatal four-way at that point.
I guess we is. I honestly, there's various combinations of this shit because this match graphic, this press conference didn't tell me a lick of shit, because this shit is about to be a bumpy road all the way through. I honestly, if the main event keeps changing every single week, I would not be surprised.
Yeah. All right, Triple H, just bring the Hell in the Cell, Triple H. You know you want to bring it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Bring it. You got 5. We can find one more.
I mean, shit, they've had 4 ways Hell in the Cell, so
right?
Hey,
we can redo that. We can redo that cell from Armageddon 2000.
Well, yeah. I guess throw Drew and Sammy in there.
Yeah,
that's the only others we got.
Drew. Oh yeah, that would work.
But yeah, so switching off this wild situation, let's go into more wild situations. So the TNA situation, they're getting rid of Scott D'Amore and everything, because for the first time ever, that joke about somebody buying shit like, oh, he was trying to buy NBC, or he was trying to buy BET, yada, yada, yada. Scott D'Amore apparently was trying to buy TNA. They said no and threw him out the door.
Yeah, that's some bull right there.
Crazy.
That's a bull.
Homie pulled that shit out the ground, built that shit from scratch, established all them relationships, signed all them contracts for them to throw you out. If that wasn't the signal of businesses don't care about you, they say you family, they say you friends, you making all this kind of shit, you making hand over fist success than they ever seen, and the second you try to make some moves, they be like, nah, you could go. They said they don't want to spend any more money in the budget, and they actually want to lower their budget. And it's like, damn, they really didn't care about this shit making money at all.
Right? The fact is, supposedly that Scott made a good offer. Yeah. So I can't believe I'm agreeing with Reby Hardy right now, but y'all know I really curse on this thing, but fuck that out.
TNA is really TNA's worst enemy.
It's like every time it's their owners. It's always their owners.
Bruh, it's like they literally just went, their pay-per-view was Hard to Kill, and the company said, bet.
Hold my beer.
I legit don't know or see how good the rest of their year is about to go.
I don't know, bro. This one was just like,
you literally removed the heart and the soul out of stuff. So I'm like, how are people going to be motivated to be their best selves if you got a company full of this mess when everybody who heard about it over a fucking Zoom call and was told to be silent and was lied to midway through, and then they take all their anger out on their bosses or X, like, bro, it's a mess. It's a shit house now.
Yeah, I'm like, how you going? Like, you don't know how to run this. Yeah, why would you get rid of the one person that does and was doing well at it?
And neither. You know, shit's like, this has never gone right. This is exactly what brought down Ring of Honor.
I was just about to say that. Like, this is Ring of Honor and Sinclair all over again.
Oh, 100%. Good luck, because Hard to Kill was going to be a funny title, and then brought back into TNA. I see 2025. Hello, Impact. We back.
Yeah, listen, I don't know, man. I'm like,
oh, it's gonna become Anthem Wrestling.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Bring back that stupid album.
Shit's nuts. But yeah, so off of that one, so I just wanted to categorize this in like it was gonna be like a Disney thing, but nah, it's just many shows and trailers with fucking dropping out the wazoo and game announcements and a whole bunch of shit. So let's start off with Nuck If You Buck for Black History Month. Holy shit, we got the blackest, black-coded, black Sonic trailer type shit ever. Apparently they dropped the Knuckles trailer for the Knuckles show, dropping on Paramount Plus, 6 episodes, shit like that. And the shit opened up, and the trailer opened up with Nuck If You Buck. Nigga, what?
Why not?
I know, that's amazing. Like, we can't stress enough that we all thought like Knuckles is just like Piccolo and just like Skeeter and like a whole bunch of other niggas. Like, they're black coded, but like this is a generation that'll just show up that they're black coded. Like Nuck If You Buck that doesn't sound like somebody in the studio was cooking that. That sounded like somebody had to work that shit out and tell the studio to do this, and they don't understand the amazing, because that playing throughout the whole fucking trailer with Idris Elba voicing Knuckles and shit like that. This shit was perfect. This shit was absolutely perfect. 10-10 no. So I'm gonna be all game when that drops in April around WrestleMania season as well. That shit gonna be crazy.
Yeah, I was here for it. I was like, oh, okay. I'm like, all right, bet.
And then along that ways, we just got like a couple hours ago the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle Mutant Mayhem TV series on Paramount. Paramount launching out their motherfucking shows like motherfuckers. But man, we happy to see our boys back, and they in a different style. They in the 2D animation, but like, yo, I'm happy to hear the boys is back, and hopefully they get the bacon nigga cheese, bacon nigga cheese. Son, I love the boys. Honest to God, that's my movie of the year last year. I watched that shit like 5 times. They laugh every single fucking time. Them kids is too fucking funny.
Listen, Paramount is taking swings. They listen. They see the landscape, and they was like, all right, man, we got to come out fighting
before they end up in another fucking merger. Yes, they got to come out swinging with something. They got the content. They was just holding that shit back.
Yeah. And they was like, all right. They was like, oh, okay, all right. We'll see y'all this. And
speaking of that, did you see their Super Bowl ad?
No, I did not.
Oh my God. I think low key we got a contender for ad of the year. Bruh, yo, I'm gonna have to send you this shit later, but like, to describe it, it's mad. It's so much shit going on in this trailer. Like, Knuckles is there, all their famous characters, like all the things that they own are there, but then it just takes a turn for the weirdest, because Hey Arnold's there, and Hey Arnold hasn't been on anything new content since like that movie in 2017, I think. And like, but fucking Professor X, the nigga who played Professor X, he pulls out like a football suit, and then he grabs him, and they gotta go up a mountain and shit like that, while Creed comes out of nowhere and starts playing higher, and then they throw Arnold in the air like a football, and then Creed like, bro, it is the wildest amalgamation of shit that just goes on, and it's so fucking funny as they sing it, and then he's just throwing them higher, and yo, this shit was a jokes. I think honestly, so far that's my commercial.
That sounds like some Ultimate Showdown stuff.
Dead ass.
Yo.
Nah, that shit was crazy. That shit really was something else.
Paramount like, we here.
Oh yeah, they coming.
That's what you gotta do.
Definitely. And speaking of Super Bowl, did you hear that SpongeBob and the crew is supposed to be playing Sweet Victory?
Yes, I did.
Man, that shit is a long time coming. Look at that.
Listen, SpongeBob, it's your time to shine.
Definitely go out there and rock that.
Right, this is your moment.
But speaking of moments and making the best of it, as The Rock stirs up bloodline shit, at the same time, it was announced that officially, I mean, they dropped this Disney sequel out of mystery out of nowhere, but November, we getting a Moana 2.
I did see that. I was like, the timing.
Man, Rock is in full effect, because he dropped that, so he'll be returning for that, and he'll be also in the live action coming out next year as well.
Yeah, that's wild.
Disney went into full overload, because they announced their new dates for all their sequels and all their upcoming shit, from like Frozen 3 in 2026, the friggin' Captain America movie next year, kicking it off with Fantastic Four and next year May, and then also like Zootopia 2, and just like they went sequel crazy, dropping trailers all around. I think we got an Inside Out 2 trailer trailer today and stuff like that. Like trailers was going off and going galore all around in Disney space.
Yeah, but it's not surprising for Disney because Disney always got something in the bag.
Definitely. I just don't know what was going on this week that made sure everybody wanted to drop their trailers before the Super Bowl.
That's why. Maybe Disney got a commercial cooked up too. I don't know.
Probably they got something, but like everybody was dropping their shit dumb early and shit like that. It makes me wonder what the fuck everybody had.
Maybe they wanted to beat the Super Bowl rush.
Yeah, I mean, depends because you already know to do a Super Bowl commercial, it's a lot of fucking money. So if they still got ad space to go over there, that's crazy.
Well, the House of Mouse, if anything, is not short of cash.
Yeah, we know that. Hey, I guess everybody is not short of cash with the way they moving and shaking. Like Paramount dropped all this shit, and you wondering, damn, was they saving anything for Sunday?
We'll have to see.
Yeah. But on a damper news with this stuff, the last week we lost the legendary actor Carl Weathers.
Yeah, man.
Again, losing Black legends and also on Black History Month is a pain, man. And I know they was getting ready to start filming with the Suited and Booted with the Mandalorian and Grogu movie, and I know he was gonna be in there for sure.
Of course, and I'm just like, man.
And we gonna miss the likes of Carl Weathers and his energy and his funny and his likeness. Great guy.
Right, just another reminder. It's 2024.
Yep, Apollo Creed stepped out, man. From Predator, the Action Jackson, just all the legendary stuff.
Yeah, whew. Oh man, it's just like a somber moment.
The legend, man. World moves on.
Yeah, it's just remind us we're all getting a little bit older.
But I did hear he passed away peacefully in his sleep. So that's
the best way. If you're gonna go, it's the best way to go.
But on other brighter news, did you get to see Biggie and his Our Heroes Rock community came together and they finally dropped their animated Ruby Bridges special they've been working on for like years now?
I saw a little bits and pieces. I didn't see the whole thing.
It was nice. It was a nice 14-minute stuff, and they put it together with nice animation. Honestly, this was low-key perfect to see Biggie in a voice acting role. Honestly, after that, I would love to see if anybody wants to tackle, like, if they do Cyborg in another animated movie and stuff like that, and they don't want to use Carrie Madison for, like, the 50th time. Yo, Biggie played one hell of a nice robot type thing, and him doing Cyborg would be cool.
Yeah, so that would be cool. I can see that.
Definitely. Addition. He wants to transition stuff like that. He's got the voice for it.
Yeah, he definitely does.
Definitely ups Biggs and the rest of the team. That for sure. Also, speaking of Black history, we are in it for more drama with Club Shay Shay stuff. And did you hear Monique was on Club Shay Shay?
I heard it and I have not seen it yet. I didn't want to watch it until after we did this review.
Dude, first of all, clear your 3-hour schedule because that. Listen, when I saw somebody say the words Monique on the timeline, I ran to YouTube so fast and to only to realize that she was live streaming. I had that bitch live streaming at work. Boy, I wanted to hear all the tea, and not only was Monique in rare form and comedy with her and Shay Shay, but like, bro, she was leaking as much tea as Cat Williams. This shit need to blow up as much as that. Boy, she was saying what she been saying for years, and she was coming correct at the right place at the right time, because this shit crazy. And then on top of that, I just heard the announcement today that she's going on the Dark Matters tour with Cat Williams, which is also going to Netflix. So all of this is in the power bag. This shit is in the ultimate power bag. Tell your truths and get your bags. It's crazy.
This year has just been something else.
This year, and we are talking about February. This year,
we're
talking about February 8th. This year has been several in 1 year already. This is crazy, and we haven't even left on our trip yet.
Like, if this is the way this year is starting up, oh man.
1, I'm ready for our trip, and 2, I want to see how the world's gonna be when we come back, because this always happens.
Oh, well, now you know we're going to come back too.
We're going to be on Earth 47. I guarantee you that.
Listen, if it happened like last time, I'm just going back on the plane. I'm not doing it again. I'm going back. I'm getting the ticket. I'm going back. I'm like, nope, I'm not doing this again. I'm out.
Nuts. Big nuts. Shit, it's crazy all around. It's just, I feel like every week is just going to keep on topsy and then turvy and keep on rocking. Because, I mean, shit, like we said, we was just chilling and rocking until we found out about the Scott Demore shit just popped up out of random on a random lunchtime.
On a Wednesday? On a random Wednesday? Yeah.
You don't know what the fuck be happening, bro. Every single day is something else.
Yep, all that go down, it's just the middle of the week. I'm like, bro, what?
But speaking of with the Club Shay Shay stuff, I saw this and it's very truthful on Twitter, and we all talk about this. But like with Issa Rae talking about, and we was talking about the conversation of a whole bunch of our black shows getting deleted and taken off of these streaming sites, and also why physical media and stuff like that is also important.
Mm-hmm.
But Issa Rae in her Time Out, I think, article or magazine or stuff like that hit the timeline straight on the beginning of Black History Month. She talked about how stupid the executives are and how they really aren't smart up there making big decisions and stuff like that. And then she also urged independency. And with the success of Club Shay Shay and his control over his own podcast on YouTube as a platform and everywhere he posted out, and how big that shit is blowing out with people telling their truth and stories, it once again shines a light. And Issa talked about this on the importance of independence and what we should be seeing out going forward with people going into more of an independent routes and seeing how that works out now. Because this year might be the year for more people to go independent, so we can see our like quality towards our black films and shows. Stuff might not get canceled so easy and shit like that going that way.
Yeah, it's like we're getting to that point where now you can create without having that big machine behind you.
And that's not only scary to the machine, because if last year was a proof of anything, the machine isn't everything because of what the fuck happened with these strikes and all this shit that went down. Like, people flowing out to be independent and doing other shit and getting their ways worth and stuff like that is definitely becoming a big thing now.
Yeah, we're making a lot of inroads in that regard. It's like now you have an option to either go that route or go on your own. And before it was very, very hard, but now we're starting to get to a point where you can push your own platforms, where you can get your content out there on your own.
Yeah, that shit's and to control your own stuff and not have to worry about the whims of these studios understand what's the full on vision, because you got your vision, you just work from there.
And it's lovely to see.
Definitely. And speaking of people who want to tell their stories, the last bit of nerd and reboot news on the docket, there was also one last trailer of something that dropped today as well. So, upcoming documentary on the dark side of kids actors. Finally, people are leaking the tea in full effect. These child stars are about to let it loose on I mean, we've heard stuff on minimal accounts when it comes to like podcasts and people telling their truth there, but like these docuseries on these actors that was kid actors growing up and shit like that, and here's the stigma always hitting them and shit. Like this is gonna be a crazy time for telling your truth.
Yeah, because we've always heard like pieces and stories here and there. And we knew eventually we would get to this point where this stuff would start to come out. Yeah,
it's all crazy,
right? And I guess the gates are just gonna open, and we're just gonna see what we see.
2024 ain't telling us it's that these gates is opening and the truth will be heard.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, here we go. Here we go.
Here we go. On that point, we back in Black History Month and we doing it right. So you already know it's time for the main event. The main event segment of the evening. We gonna be on both the comfy couch side, but the comfy couch has been split in half. It's like a black comfy couch with a funky suede all mixed in, because we on the comfy Kurosake couch today. We doing a little anime adjacent. We doing a little animation adjacent, all mixed in together. We doing today the legendary series known as the Boondocks, episode 1 and 2. Let me kick into some fast facts for you. Here you go. So for our fast facts, this is Black American adult animated sitcom, currently streaming on Max mainly, but the YouTube live streaming, it's currently live streaming for Black Hit now. This was created for Cartoon Network's late night block on Adult Swim, based off a comic strip in the source from April 1999, started by Aaron Reuter. This show has gone on for 4 seasons with 55 episodes, running from November 2005 to widely regarded as one of the greatest animated series of time. Won several NAA Image Awards for outstanding designing, writing, and a comedy. Sony Pictures wanted to do a reboot 2019, many factors. By 2020, ended up getting the project canceled, shelved. Definitely one of is the loss of Granny's actor legend. This is shelved out to be pretty much in its basic form of Black American family dealing wild life and the white suburbs dealing all kinds with that. Co-host, you have any last?
No. All right, so we're starting with.
So we go on episode 1, the garden party.
And man, listen. So we see like this nice little town of Hillcrest with all these suburban people, and then here comes our intro to one Huey Freeman, and Huey is like essentially like this bullshit. It's like Ronald Reagan was the devil. The government lied about 9/11.
I said so. We starting off hot.
Starting off hot, bruh. Hot.
And other people was fucking freaking out.
Oh yeah, they started scrapping and throwing hands, legs, and feet.
People was on fire.
Yo, the dude on fire took.
Now what took me out was the first lady that was screaming, "It can't be real."
Yo, for real. Yo, and then Huey wakes up and then Grandpa slaps him. I'm like, yo.
Said you better not have that dream again.
Yeah, he's like you're having that dream when you made the white people riot again, huh?
Nigga has that all week.
And he about it, but Granddad was telling the truth.
Granddad said you better not even dream about telling white people the truth. Yo, that shit was too funny.
Yeah, right. And you hear your grandma mumbling talking about you over here want to make white people riot. You better learn how to lie like me.
He said you better lie to him. I'm about to go find me a white man and lie to him right now. That's gonna have me weak. Nah, son. Boondocks, no matter what time it is, you cut on these classic episodes of Boondocks. It's so fucking funny. They are so quick with it. This is what an impactful punch off the first episode.
And then boy, the next scene. Oh my goodness. You got Grandpa butt naked.
Hold on. Before we go into that, let's go into the theme. Let's talk about the theme.
Okay, let's talk about the theme.
The theme plays, and first of all, it's a total affirmation. Recite this shit. I am the stone that the bitter refuse. I am the visual inspiration that made ladies sing the blues. I'm the spark that'll make your idea bright. Say spark the lakes to dark so you can know your left from your right. I am the ballot in the box, the bullet in the gun, in a glow.
Call your brother son.
The story that just begun. The promise of
what to come. The soldier to the boys won.
Judo, flip, chop. That shit fire. That shit fire. It's a fire song. Important images tell the character stories. All
that was my ringtone for years.
Bro, it is fire. It's so good. Oh boy. Yo, niggas wasn't ready. When this shit dropped on TV for Adult Swim, Cartoon Network, boy, they wasn't ready. They was not ready for this greatness.
Nah, not at all.
So yeah, so we finished off already iconic top opening of all time. But like we go straight back into like you said about Granddad.
Like I said, man, I was like, what the Granddad is butt flying all over the place.
But that's naked dick swinging, small meat flipping.
And I'm like, what?
This nigga doing high yoga to Billy Blanks.
Yes, and I'm like, oh my, bruh. I was not ready.
And I'm talking about me out, no windows covered, no nothing, it's sun breezing. Like the boys could come downstairs at any moment. And nah, bro, high yoga. He hitting roundhouse kicks, meat flipping, and like, bro, come on, son, what you doing?
I'm like, what is going on here?
So after he finished his shenanigans and shit like that, he go to get himself some juice. And he poured a OJ. He got nothing but a drop left. And that's where he be like, nah, fuck out of here. Boys!
Yep. And he's like, yo, like, one of y'all would like to explain this?
Nah, Riley took me out with this shit. He said, what we talking about, the skirt or the juice?
Yeah. Riley stayed ready.
Clap.
Right, and Grandpa, he started going to his whole tangent about vitamin C and how y'all supposed to, you should be appreciating your granddad.
Yo, did you peep? He said, I spent the kid's inheritance on this house.
Yeah, yes, I did. Like, your granddad, though. I can see why you get like that granddad.
Granddad already poofing off rip. He ain't shit.
Yeah, and I'm like, yo, at this point, I'm just like, yeah, we in for a ride.
Oh, hell, so they get around to talking, and then Riley says nigga, and Granddad gets heated and say, we don't say that. But Huey checks him real quick. He said it 46 times yesterday. And he said, and he answered back, he said, nigga, hush.
Yo, Granddad is a trip.
Granddad was a trip for sure. He said he moved them here to expand their horizons.
Yeah, that's what he said, bro. That's what he said.
He said they talked about taming the white man with some cheese.
Yeah, he was like, cheese, like, yes. cheese. He's like, they love the gourmet cheese.
Entice them with the Gouda.
He was like, if you give the meanest white man a piece of cheese, he'll turn into Mr. Rogers.
Man, yo, son, I'm weak on that. But yeah, so the kids and granddad definitely have a different outlook on white people.
Yeah, and then for Huey and Granddad go. He's like, listen, Granddad, you can't stop the problem of white supremacy with cheese. He's like, oh yes, I can. He's like, no, you can't.
Watch me do it.
Huey's like, man, this old man talking some stuff I ain't trying to hear.
Yep. So they split off from each other and stuff like that, and you see Huey and Riley go up on the roof and stuff like that. And in the midst of Riley surveying the situation with his scope and his gun, he said, "Yo, Riley had me weak." He said, "Yo, white people sound out the whole word when they talk. The whole
word." Yeah.
He watches the mailman with a gun.
Right, and then at this point we see a car pulled up. Huey grabs the gun from Riley.
Yo, they's like, yo, that shit look like the feds.
Yep, real. And the granddad goes to open the door. Huey got the gun ready.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Right? And then we get our intro to Ed Wonkster.
Rich.
He's like, yeah, I'm the guy that owns the bank that owns your house, right? And mind you, think about it, that is a nice house.
Yeah. They do. I mean, he said he spent the inheritance, and the inheritance must have been nice.
Yeah. And so now he talking. He at this point still got the gun, ready to light Ed up.
I mean, the way he was talking, I don't blame you, because Ed said my family owns the community for over 100 years, and he is very selective on who could live in the community. And I was like, oh, all right.
And then here come Granddad talking about, "Hey, would you like some cheese?"
Yep, he offers that right in the midst of seeing Huey be a sneaky right behind him.
And then you see we see the whole expression on Ed's face change, and Riley and I'm assuming he was like, "This is a bull."
Cheese, you gonna offer me some cheese? Of course, I'd love some.
Right, and then so Ed started asking him questions. He's like, "Are you?"
Ed was going in. Ed was going in. He asked Robert if he was gay or if he has a gay lover. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. Robert had the quickest and almost best way to answer this without like taking a side or nothing, because he said he thinks all marriage is wrong. Point blank.
Yeah. And Ed had no comeback to that. He was like,
"Oh, Ed was like, yo, I like you." Fuck.
He's like, "All right." He's like, "All right." He's like, "You know what? You're all right."
Even though Ed's just plainly being racist all around.
Oh yeah.
Huey taking heavy aim at Ed for sure.
Oh, yep. Granddad peeps it. He's like, "Yo, son,
you got Riley coming over with the cheese fast."
Yeah. He's like, we got Velveeta. I'm like, oh.
All this.
Yeah.
So Robert, seeing all the shit going down and all the blasts head towards him, Robert is like, he's in full fear, so he sends Ed out, but he likes Robert and invites him to a garden party.
Yeah, right. He's like, I get you out of here before these kids do something to you, and then she go left, and I lose all this money.
Facts. Or get kicked out of the community. And then as Ed leaves, right as he leaves, that's when the shot goes off.
Yep, and I'm left like, bruh.
Right after that, we cut to the scene of them in the living room where Robert accidentally shoots Riley in the leg.
Yeah. He's like, this thing looks real. And Riley's like, can I have a gun? And then Granddad ain't giving no answer at all. He's like, listen.
Not even one single.
He's like, y'all better get some sandals or something for this garden party.
So Granddad, he said, I gotta style it to see one of my new white friends. So Granddad went to go buy him some new stuff for the party, and Huey and Riley definitely not trying to go.
Right, Huey's like, you can't make me to be something I'm not. He's like, the hell I can't.
Bro, son, this shit had me weak too. Riley said they not trying to go. He said, are you ashamed of us? And Robert, without missing a beat, said, very. That shit was so quick and stirred it to the point had me fuck weak. He said, but shit, very.
Yeah, your granddad hold no much, and he takes me out every time.
I hold was Gemini high.
Yo, bruh. Yeah, this.
So Robert brings up the black struggle to get to the point, but Huey calls him out instantly. Or if he actually got attacked, or if he just using that for clout.
Yep.
We cut back to a flashback of Robert missing out on the attack of black folk back in the segregation time where they came in with the hoses and dogs, and Robert shows up late because Robert went to go get a
raincoat. Yeah.
And boy, do they clown and get mad. They was like, did this nigga just come out and bring a raincoat? He said, who shows up to a march in a raincoat? And Robert was quick with the shit. He said, bitch, you wish you had one.
Yeah.
Nigga.
Woo!
They was gonna stomp his ass out.
Oh, they definitely was. And then here go great that. We actually got hit with the fire hose, not important. Like,
Y'all two team. I'm just here, man. You can't be mad at me because I was prepped and ready.
Right? And he going on. He's like, listen, y'all gonna go to this party. Y'all gonna behave your black asses, and hopefully y'all find me a nice white lady with a flat booty. I'm like, oh god.
And a listening ear. That shit is weak.
Yo, I'm just over here cracking up.
Funny, but yeah. So we get to the gate, and that's where we meet Uncle Ruckus.
Man, no relation.
Nope. A man obsessed with white people and wilding on black, because boy did he avoid Robert like the plague when he ran to see the white family right behind him in the car.
Yeah, for real. And he on his radio, so we got black at the main gate.
Yup, he called on security right instantly, and they was like, Ruckus, you doing?
He's like, and then he goes, he's like, what y'all doing here? Deliveries in the back. Yo, Uncle Ruckus, yo.
Big wildin'.
Right.
But when the white cop comes over and stuff like that, he was like, nah, they was invited by Ed, man. Ruckus, quit playing around. And they opened up the gate to let them in.
And then, boy, the way that he looked at Uncle Ruckus.
I mean, it's a sight to behold, because he looked over there, and not only is Ruckus's design like wild as hell, but like on top of that, you see him drink a flask and just with no kids in the world, the way he drinking on the job too.
All right. So at this point, they're at the party.
Run into Ed and his son Ed Wensler Jr. And boy, yo, this being voiced by Charlie fucking Murphy is outrageously funny.
Listen, man.
Nah, I got pieces of this dialogue that got me weak. He said, but I digress. It was war.
That's right. He said it was war.
Yo, the shoot. He said they discharged me because I was shitting. They called me shit bomb, so they had to let me go out the army. I was weak.
Yo, he's like, I'm letting the enemy know our location. I'm like, oh man.
Just staring. The nickname Stink Bomb and the reason he got let go. I'm weak.
Yo, yeah. He's like, they stopped taking me out of patrol because I kept giving away our location.
Fucking. So Ed Jr. looked at Riley. He said, "You want to go see my gun?"
Of course, Riley. Riley was all on board. He said, "Say less."
They bounce out while someone talks to Huey about the Passion movie, and he calls that out. He was like, "Passion of the Christ, I ain't watching that movie. Y'all got white Jesus in there."
Right? Like, that's bullshit.
And then while that goes down, Ruckus is bugging Robert about being a lucky nigga.
Yeah. Oh, Uncle Ruckus just pulled up on Robert
and whispering in his ear all this shit.
Yeah.
Oh, you must be one lucky nigga to be in here.
Right? He's like, they must take sunshine out your ass. Yeah, he big man. Yeah, he big man. He want to be in that spot.
Oh, facts. He don't want to be working. He want to be out here with the white people.
Yeah.
Sure. So in the midst of that, you got Junior showing Riley off his whole artillery, which is miles long.
Oh, of course, right?
And in the midst of that, you got Huey dealing with all these white people around, and they not listening to what he says. They just amazed that he's articulate.
Yeah, like, no, you speak so well.
He said a whole bunch of wild shit, but they was like, so we can understand you, sir.
Yep.
The racism run deep here.
Yep, they did not listen to a word he said at all.
So in the midst of this, a bunch of Ruckus's words has gotten a bit to Robert, and Ed stresses Robert out about being nervous, and he's like, "Oh, how you doing, free man?"
Yo, and yeah.
Shit would have had me sweating too. Like, what the fuck? Where am I?
Yeah, he's like,
this shit is get out.
Yeah, he's like, do I make you nervous, free man? I'm like,
hell yeah. Shit, don't say my name like that.
Don't do that.
I only knew you for one day. I don't know. I'm at your garden party. This could be a harvest your body party.
And then Ed is like, listen, the only joy I get out of these parties is telling me spirited jokes with these people. Suspense. Yeah. He's like, yo.
I hope that's all you getting out of this shit.
Right.
So Robert looking out for the boys, and Ed sees the fake of these people and roasts a few of them, definitely.
Oh yeah, Ed and Robert were just why his face is scrunched up? They're like he used icy hot. I'm like, y'all ain't shit.
Best debates when icy hot is too funny.
I'm like, y'all like, ooh. I'm like, bro.
So Robert sees all the commotion going on with Huey and stuff like that. And Robert snatched up Huey. He was like, "What I tell you about telling these white folk the truth?" And he's like, "Nah, bro, nobody even paying attention. They clap for everything, and they just keep cutting for them. They just keep on clapping."
Yep, he's like, no matter what I tell them, they just keep on clapping. Look, Granddad.
In the midst of that, Ruckus, in a drunken fucking stupor and stuff like that, runs over and fucking sings the fucking iconic ass, wild ass song. Right. When he gets on stage and he's like, "Don't trust them niggas."
And I'm just like, yeah. And he's like, oh, yeah, like, you know what? Sang it.
Oh, he was going in. And then the people at the party was like, oh, well, he's black, so he can say it. So I guess that's
right. And they just like, and then Robert, here we come over, and it's like, yo.
Shit's wild, but you already know, they really don't know how to act. So they just like stand the backage to it and stuff like that. Yeah. And then they still kind of clap.
Yeah, they're like, we don't know. They're like, yeah. It ain't us saying it, so.
Yeah, he off scot-free, right?
Right. Hey, we gotta do this. We ain't say it. Not us.
We just supported the black man saying.
Yeah, and then just looking at us like, oh.
So in the midst of that, Riley is with Ed Jr. and he wants to test his bulletproof vest to know that shit's real, and tells Riley to shoot him with the fucking shotgun.
Yeah, and I was cracking up. Just at the segue into this. Like I said, you had Ruckus slipping fall. The white people were like, yeah, it's okay if he said it, so we're just going to clap.
Yeah, Ruckus passing out pretty much.
Yeah. And then, like I said, now you got Riley over here with Ed Jr. testing the guns.
I mean, but the fucking Ed Jr. pulled his card here and matched his bluff, and Riley obliged, and he shot that nigga right out the window.
Right? And then Ed flew out the window and hit the ground, and we all like, what y'all looking at? And everybody's clapping.
Still clapping. Oh my god, this shit was like a robot mall.
Yeah. And Ed's probably was like, what the?
So after that shit happened, we cut to the brothers together, and they wonder if they in trouble, and reflect on maybe they was wilding out and they might be losing their house now.
Right? He's like, you shot his grandson out the window.
Well, Robert tries to make it up with Ed because he goes over to Ed and he's like apologizing for the shit that happened. And Ed understands. He says his son is stupid, and him and Robert share a drink to pretty much close the episode.
Yeah. So just this alone, we can tell.
That's the end credit, and the beat go off though. Shit's great. The show is phenomenal out the gate. The jokes, the timing, the surprises, the commentary of everything that goes on. Everything don't miss a fucking beat.
Nope, not at all.
So you obviously know we definitely continue it because these jokes are rolling.
Yep.
And we go into episode 2, which boy, what an episode 2 to jump in. And this is an iconic and an infamous episode all alike. So this is an episode all alike. Going into episode 2, the trial of R. Kelly.
Boy, I was about to play a theme. I was like, oh no, they gonna copyright strike this subject.
Bro, you already know, going all the way back to our days of fucking with the boss, you already know shit ain't.
I'm like, oh no. I was like, oh shit.
Yep. That's straight to WB.
Right?
And you know they need money.
So yeah, if this episode got copyright stricken, I know what happened.
Definitely.
Well, like you said, this episode, the trial of Robert Kelly. I'm like, oh, here we go.
Yup. And that's episode 2, man.
Episode 2. The episode starts with Granddad, and I'm watching TV, and they're talking about, of course, well, except Riley, he don't care. And on the TV, they're talking about Whitney and Bobby, and I'm like, huh? They caught again? Like, hey?
Talking about they not abused. She never got hit or abused and shit like that. And Bobby smacked the crap out of her, man.
Yo, that was wild, bruh. And like Granddad's just watching everything. I'm like, bro, what are you doing?
I like in the opening, which the opening of the show in general is still fire. But like it starts off with Huey talking to himself, and he says about the black community. There's a relationship between the black community and crazy niggas, and they're not trying to expose them due to the commentary from white folk. Black people don't want the crazy niggas in their community to be shown because they don't want an outlook from white people to make it look like we all crazy.
True. Very, very true.
Yep. Yeah. So the the family keeps on watching different TV shows, and yeah, that's where we get the Whitney and Bobby stuff. But they also change it to BET, and it's all booty butt cheeks.
Booty butt cheeks.
The granddad was like, "Damn, son, they showed all that shit," and then he was like, "Kids, turn your head away." And he was like, "Damn, they leave nothing to the imagination on TV anymore."
Yo, granddad had me dying.
And that shit crazy. That's talking from then. Imagine that shit now.
Listen.
Like, oh,
man, you imagine granddad just watching Meg Thee Stallion?
Granddad reviewing WAP.
Yeah, my goodness.
Yeah.
Yo, that like I said, that would just be wild.
Yep. So as they shifting through, news come out about hip hop to shift to R. Kelly being on trial for doing something nasty to an underage girl.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, Robert.
Yup. And Robert, not understanding the lingo of the shit, he said, "I want to go to the shower," and Riley is in the corner dying.
Yep. They're like. He's like, no, granddad.
Give me all the golden showers and a ball too.
I'm like granddad, no.
Mess. So yeah, they cut to many people there at the trial,
including Tom.
Yeah, granddad tells them to walk if they want to see the trial, and he says for the amount I spend on Nike, he said you better just do it.
Yo.
Granddad jokes
for days, bro, for days.
So like you were saying, we get introduced to Tom Dubois, who is against R. Kelly in the trial, and the news shares the news itself. Yo, this is how you know times have changed. It's the wild shit. But the news shares the link to the lewd video for R. Kelly.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah, Riley said, "I'm gonna be a minute. I gotta go somewhere." And granddad with the quickness says, "Sit your little ass down."
Yep, he's like, "Where you going?"
Come on, man.
Right? It's like I put nothing past your little ass. Yo, granddad is something else.
And so the kids end up walking all the way down to the trial and stuff like that. And Tom runs into the kids, and Huey, Tom apologizes for everything that he got to do in the trial and get rid of R. Kelly and shit like that. Huey said, "I'm for it," and shit like that. While Riley is like, "Why take down a black hero music?"
Yep, Riley was not with it.
Riley used a terrible logic to defend his stance.
Riley, what you expect?
It was like Riley was talking about when they was younger and was in the same bed, him and Huey, how they used to sleep and he would pee the bed. And Huey said, "You still do." And he said, "Man, shut up."
Right, nigga, nobody asked you. Like, ain't nobody asked you.
Being a brother and all, that quickness comes up very, very fast when you're.
Yes, it does. Like, shut up. Like, shut up.
So Tom asked a good question about the victim, and the victim feeling all of this, and Riley's response is both fucked up and funny, as he said, "She see piss and she stay. I see piss and I move out the way." Yo, nigga.
Listen, can't argue the logic.
Fucked up.
Yeah, I'm like, hey, you can't argue. I'm like, bro, got a point. Can't argue the logic.
Yeah. So we move on to Robert hanging out with Ruckus doing they play a checker.
Yeah, right. You know, like, shh, Ruckus, I didn't know you had a brain, bro.
That, and also after the last episode, you wouldn't imagine these people were friends.
That's true. I'm like, yo, bro, like that's what we doing. Yo, this town of Hillcrest is something else.
Robert was trying to let mother come in your side.
Yeah.
Unless all the other friends that he tried to make friends eventually got scared of the fact that their grandchildren shot somebody out the window.
That's true. He's like, oh, he's dangerous.
Probably that is the reputation.
Or maybe he's just trying to figure out what the hell is wrong with Uncle Ruckus. Like, did this town make you like that?
Speaking of that, I mean, so their conversation while they're playing checkers, and they're talking about a whole bunch of different, they talk about a whole bunch of different celebs who are also pretty much predators. Mm-hmm. And it's not a white or black thing, because they brought up fucking Jerry Lee Lewis, where fucking he was Robert was talking about him at his wife's age and stuff like that, mm-hmm. and Ruckus was like, "You can't be talking about my Jerry Lee Lewis like that. Ain't no way he anything like the Pied Piper."
Oh my goodness, man!
Shit, I was waiting for them to put Elvis.
Oh, listen, I'm surprised he didn't slide him up in there.
It's crazy. Shit is crazy. They talk about so we got the brothers got to the trial after walking miles and miles and miles away. They finally got there on trial and stuff like that. and we get to see both sides, black for and black against R. Kelly.
Yep.
And we saw literally down to the way they was dressed and act. We got about a couple of intellectuals that are like against it and stuff like that, or for the defendant, just outside black men just wearing the suits and outside and shit like that. And then you got the ignorant defense where they go on the other side and niggas is dancing, niggas is hooping and hollering and shit like that. They was like, we don't care what the fuck he does until he, as long as he drop out new music.
Dead ass, yo. And then, like you said, you got the reporter there and Roddy over here talking his stuff.
Yep. Yeah, bro. He was talking on that news about the peace side of the trial and shouts out to the homies and shit like that.
Right? And then all hell break loose.
Yeah, the brother fighting gets misread as R. Kelly supporters being attacked, which turns into a brawl breakout, just like in Huey's Dream in the first episode.
Yep. And then out of the limo, yo, here come R. Kelly.
BS.
Right? I still don't know why he had the bandana on. I not the bandana, the mask. I'm like, what are we doing?
That had to be some kind of that had to be some kind of.
Because I was trying to figure it out. I was like,
yeah, that's that look for something. I just never remember.
That's fine. And then like I said, then we gotta click back to Granddad and Uncle Ruckus. Just going over stuff.
Just joking about all this happening.
Yep. I'm like, bruh.
And then they flash back to Ruckus on trial, sending guilty statements to black folk who are blind.
Come on, Ruckus. Bruh.
Said, nigga, right here, guilty. The judge is like, I ain't even giving the verdict or nothing. He said, I don't care. Guilty. Hang him. I got the rope. And that's wild.
Yo, it's not. Yo, I got the rope is wild.
Yeah. He pulled it out in the middle of court, bro.
Yo, why are you like this, bro? Like, bro, why are you like this? Like, I don't understand. Right? And the look on Granddad's face, like, this crazy man.
He said, who the fuck am I playing checkers with?
Right?
So,
he's like,
yeah,
nah.
so we shifted into back to Tom's. We go over to Tom, and Tom has his blind faith in justice hat on because he's going in with he wants the faith of the government system to handle this business.
Oh, Tom, you should know better.
Tom's character is hopeful black man in a society that he doesn't understand is gonna screw you over right now.
Right?
Huey says, warn for the love of R. Kelly. The defense of R. Kelly trial is very telling.
Yeah,
they got a mountain of evidence on R. Kelly, and he flips racist.
Yeah, I'm like, how you listen? Shit. Nah, the way they flipped that, bro.
You got a crazy shit about nothing.
And Tom is looking, he just annoyed.
Oh yeah. So in the midst of that, we have another conversation now between Robert and Ruckus. And they talk about the white woman in Kobe situation.
Damn, we touched on a lot.
They are hitting on marketing.
Yo, they are touching on a lot of stuff.
So we go back in the trial, and Tom brings on the victim, and she gives consent, but at the same time, she can't give consent at that age. She was like fucking 14.
Like, come on, bruh.
Defendant is flipping shit everywhere.
It's like, just book. And my mind you, Roddy in there eating popcorn.
He's watching this show go down crazy.
Yo, and I'm just like, yo, the look on the faces of the jury just be taking me out.
But so we back on Robert and Ruckus, and they're talking about white and black folk, and he explains his revitiligo and wishes for the old days and stuff like that. So he said revitiligo is why his skin is so dark skinned, because he is inside internally a white man.
Oh, Ruckus. Oh my God.
So easily we hear the defendant talk about the fear and the power of R. Kelly and the defense against America. He even shifted Muslim Brotherhood.
Like, how we get here?
Yo, you got a crazy good lawyer. Been absolute bottom.
Yo, for real. I'm like, yo, he had representation.
Mid-state back on time, they come after wife.
Oh, you knew that was coming, bro. It's like you see Tom and you like, yeah, okay.
Big mess. But then as the pendulum starts to swing and the justice out of R. Kelly's favor, he gets on he pretty much pops up and sings and got the crowd and the judge popping.
Yeah, I'm like
this shit couldn't be any more biased.
Right? I'm like, Robert, really? What we doing? Like, this is what we doing?
We got so Huey turned the music on. What's wrong? We know he talent. Not every black man arrests Nelson Mandela. The bare minimum is to help him act like a hero. Don't act like that man's a hero. Huey was in fact.
Yeah, we was like, what's wrong with y'all?
In the midst of that, all you hear is boo. You suck, nigga.
Yo, they was not.
they hate on Huey and ask to put the music back on. Riley is on top.
Yeah, Huey's probably like, yo, no, I'm tired of this shit happening to me.
The mess. And then they give out the verdict, and obviously ignorance won. And
First.
Tom looks defeated, but they just feels defeated in the midst of all the mess happening.
See, Tom, you should have known better.
And now, all right, so Tom feels defeated, and then he goes back to his family. And in the midst of that, Robert helps Ruckus off the table and stuff like that. In these last 2 episodes, he's been looking like a mess.
Right, and they go walk in, mind you, the free R. Kelly people, they just bopping and diving and having a good old time.
Popping all around the court to R. Kelly. And then in the car ride out, Huey Def blaming this on the white man to close the show. He like, look, I don't know how I can mix this in to make it seem like the white man's fault. And then he thought about it. He's like, of course I can fucking make it. It's always the white man's fault.
That's how he hit the episode, yo.
And the episode credits roll.
Yep.
So what's your final impression?
Yo, man, I knew this episode was going to be wild, but they took it all over the place. Like, how you got a whole show in the courtroom when you on trial, you bad guy?
Got the judge popping and shit.
Right? And then he can pull Huey over here trying to spit facts and ain't nobody listening to him. He's like, bro, I'm telling you what's going on. Like, you're so stupid. I hate this town.
Niggas ain't listening, man. That's a special.
Ruckus, we see he's going to be a whole problem.
Every episode, we imagine it's not a.
Yeah, like, nah, not at all. Robert's like, yeah, this my enemy. I got to keep him close.
Definitely, and I understand and I respect.
Yeah.
For me, I said my final impressions. I said the iconic future telling to this episode, and just the commentary again, amazing with the standard of artists, ignorance, etc. All on point. Just the timing of this episode and everything. Hit society now is like, yeah, man, that makes.
Yo, it does.
So my last thoughts on this show. 100% for sure. The legacy show it is built to be and would easily continue to greatness and jokes if it ever did continue. But like, regardless, it's a fucking funny ass show for majority of the stuff. As long as you see Aaron McGruder's name attached to the first couple, you know you joke. Last season, we kind of treat that shit as unheard of. So I mean, we was ready for. They was dropping all this information about what it's gonna look like on Max and shit like that, but that shit never came to pass. And that's
right. They just release it and let's watch it. But these first 2 episodes, I was already here. I enjoyed it. I think the next episode is where he fights State Meaner.
I think so. Yeah, that was.
Oh man,
first time. Yep.
Oh my goodness. I need to go and rewatch that episode because that one was just
that right off the bat. There's your with the last thought and think. It's always we ask if you would like to continue, and these were 2 perfect episodes. Why would you want to stop? Is the reason. This first season, this second, all that shit is just banger after banger after banger with the jokes, storylines, everything on. Season 3 is funny as well, but then starts to get mixed as time too much and not as funny. And then season 4 is definitely unheard of. It's the corporate mess.
Granddad versus Stink Meaner, Cody versus The Rock.
Somebody got to finish this fucking. Finish the white man.
Oh man.
Yep. So that's closing the book on the Boondocks. Fantastic series. Definitely allowed in its iconic standing and stuff like that. It's really good. So that's closing a book on that. And for our preview of next week, in the wake of Monique on Club Shay Shay and all the drama that is unfolded there, we will be talking about some of the tea that was spilled specifically because we're gonna go into a iconic ass show, infamous ass show, definitely Black history and over $800 million worth its weight in gold ass show. It is based off a whole bunch of shit that we'll get down the line of next week. But we'll be doing The Parkers episode 1 and 2 back on the comfy couch for Black History Month as well.
Yeah, we about to get real problematic.
Oh boy. If you thought the shit that was being an issue and saying out loud what this show is, man, next week's gonna be.
Oh boy, man, you ain't lying about that.
Yep. So on that note, we got an email set up at blerdbynature@gmail.com, Facebook, Instagram, and Threads at Blerd By Nature, Twitter /X at Blerd By Nature, nature spelled N-A-2-R-E. Co-host hit us with
You can find us on YouTube by searching for Blerd By Nature Podcast.
Yeah, so check us all on all podcast platforms. Check out all the old episodes and stuff like that. We're working through YouTube and setting us back and backtracking and stuff like that and stuff. Watch the shorts, watch the clips, watch the episodes. Interact with us any way you can, any way you want, and chatting it up. We'll be all around and stuff like that. Check out our most latest episode as we speak of the upload so far. Is our episode of Batman. And with that, any final notes before I hit the outro, co-host?
Yeah, don't lie to Batman. You're gonna get beat up.
You gonna get the mink surprise.
That's all I got.
All right. So on that note, thanks for joining us today from Black Thought to Nerd Power. This is Nicholas, Mr. Go with the Flow.
And this is the man with the player, Maurice.
Another edition of the Blerd By Nature Podcast.
Thank you for listening, everyone. And until next time, peace.
Chop, chop, chop. Judo flip.
Chop, chop, chop.